on other players. On Viktor Gyökeres, guys, the verbal agreement, as I told you yesterday, between Arsenal and Sporting is done. What's going on today is that Arsenal and Sporting are exchanging all the emails to check every single point of the contract. You can imagine, after that kind of long saga, long negotiation, how complicated is the contract, especially on the add-ons part. Every single detail of the add-on has to be okay. Verbal is agreed. Now it's time to exchange all the documents, to exchange all the contracts. So check all the documents and all the contracts, but Arsenal are on it. So working on the legal side of the deal with Viktor Gyökeres, waiting for a green light to undergo the medical is not something that is happening today. So we have to be patient. I mean, today the medical. We are waiting for the green light. The player is waiting for the green light, and then Viktor Gyökeres will complete the formal steps of his move to Arsenal.
Breaking news. Sky Sports News has confirmed that the Gunners have secured the signature of Sporting CP's prolific striker, Viktor Gyökeres, in a blockbuster transfer deal that has sent shockwaves through the footballing world. The 27-year-old Swedish international, renowned for his extraordinary goal-scoring prowess, is set to bolster Arsenal's attacking ranks as they aim to challenge for the Premier League title in the 2025-26 season. This move marks a significant coup for manager Mikel Arteta and newly appointed sporting director Andrea Berta, who have been relentless in their pursuit of a specialist center forward to elevate the team's ambitions. According to reports from Sky Sports and The Athletic, Arsenal have agreed to a deal worth approximately €73.5 million, £63.5 million fixed fee, plus up to €10 million in add-ons, to bring Gyökeres from Sporting CP to the Emirates Stadium. The negotiations, which have been ongoing for weeks, saw a breakthrough when Gyökeres' agent waived a commission fee, facilitating a compromise that lowered the guaranteed payment without reducing Sporting's overall valuation. Arsenal and Sporting are now in agreement over the exact terms of the deal, with Arsenal set to pay €63.5 million and a further €10 million in add-ons for the Sweden striker. That agreement had been in place for a while between the two clubs, with the sticking point centered around how exactly those add-ons would be reached. A compromise was finally agreed on Tuesday, with Gyökeres expected to soon undergo a medical before completing his move to Arsenal. There have been suggestions that medical will take place in Singapore, where Arsenal are currently based for their preseason tour of Asia. I'm unable to confirm whether that is correct at this stage, but I know the club have been putting plans in place to ensure Gyökeres could join up with the squad as quickly as possible if an agreement was reached with Sporting. They were always hopeful he would be able to play some part in the tour and have been preparing for this exact eventuality, so I'm fully expecting him to link up with the squad before they fly home. He might play Newcastle match on Sunday, could be a push, but I've been told Arsenal have always hoped he could be available for the Hong Kong part of the tour, and that does feel realistic at this stage. It will obviously be a huge boost for the club to get this deal over the line. It's taken longer than expected, there's no doubt about that. Mikel Arteta would certainly have liked to have Gyökeres in for the start of preseason. But it's obviously been a complicated deal to get done, and negotiations have not been easy. So, providing there are no dramatic late hiccups, getting this signing over the line will be a big boost to the club at what is still a relatively early stage of the summer.
Getting a striker in has been the big priority. It's the deal that everyone has been waiting for. So to get it done is massive, and Arteta will hope Gyökeres can now settle in quickly and hit the ground running ahead of that opening Premier League fixture at Old Trafford. Gyökeres' arrival is a statement of intent from Arsenal, who finished second in the Premier League last term, 10 points behind champions Liverpool, with a notable gap in goals scored. The Swedes' staggering record of 97 goals in 102 matches for Sporting since joining from Coventry City in 2023, including an astonishing 54 goals in 52 games last season, makes him one of Europe's most lethal strikers. His standout performances, including a hat-trick against Manchester City in the Champions League, helped Sporting secure a league and cup double, cementing his reputation as a brutal finisher with freakish power, as described by The Athletic. Gyökeres' ability to generate explosive runs, target spaces in behind, and dominate defenders physically has drawn comparisons to elite strikers, making him an ideal fit for Arteta's system, despite Arsenal's typically pass-heavy, patient build-up play. The transfer saga was not without its challenges. Sporting initially demanded a fixed fee of €70 million, £60.4 million, plus £10 million in add-ons, while Arsenal pushed for a lower upfront payment. Talks progressed steadily, with Gyökeres' desire to join Arsenal proving pivotal. The striker, who has not returned to Sporting's preseason training amid his focus on securing the move, reportedly faced disciplinary action from Sporting's president, Frederico Varandas, for missing training deadlines. However, his commitment to Arsenal never wavered, with reports indicating he rejected late interest from other clubs to prioritize the Gunners. His agent's decision to forego a commission further smoothed negotiations, allowing all parties to reach a near-final agreement. Gyökeres' journey to Arsenal marks a remarkable return to English football. Having started his career in England with Brighton and Hove Albion in 2018, followed by loan spells at St. Pauli and Swansea City, he made his mark at Coventry City, scoring 43 goals in 2.5 seasons. His £20 million move to Sporting in 2023 saw his value skyrocket to £64.8 million, according to Transfermarkt, reflecting his meteoric rise. Internationally, Gyökeres has also impressed, scoring 15 goals in 26 appearances for Sweden since his debut at age 20, further highlighting his pedigree.
The negotiations, which have been ongoing for weeks, saw a breakthrough when Gyökeres' agent waived a commission fee, facilitating a compromise that lowered the guaranteed payment without reducing Sporting's overall valuation. Arsenal and Sporting are now in agreement over the exact terms of the deal, with Arsenal set to pay €63.5 million and a further €10 million in add-ons for the Sweden striker. That agreement had been in place for a while between the two clubs, with the sticking point centered around how exactly those add-ons would be reached. A compromise was finally agreed on Tuesday, with Gyökeres expected to soon undergo a medical before completing his move to Arsenal. There have been suggestions that medical will take place in Singapore, where Arsenal are currently based for their preseason tour of Asia. I'm unable to confirm whether that is correct at this stage, but I know the club have been putting plans in place